Are you ready with Ms. Castillo?
I am, Your Honor, although
You need an agent?
she has informed me that she does not want me to represent her on this going forward.
Ms. Castillo, you want to represent yourself?
Either that or request a new public defender.
Not really your option. You can retain counsel. You want to hire your own lawyer?
I'll represent myself then.
Well, tell me why you would choose to represent yourself.
I have doubts that Mr. Ali is representing me to the best of his ability.
Tell me about that. Why do you think that?
There are vast breakdowns of communications. He has done absolutely nothing with the information that I have given him to support my case.
Okay, so you're accused of use of amphetamine and methamphetamine. So it's one specific violation, right?
He informed me there were two. Yeah, you said there was something about mental health. You just said that on the mental health.
It's the recommendation sheet that's separate from the violation.
You said it was the second violation.
This is one technical violation that I see here, I believe. And that's about use of substances.
Yes. Yeah, I saw it on the paper.
So either you did or you didn't, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, not sure what information you gave to Mr. Raleigh that would help him with whether you did or you didn't use substances. Are you sure that you have a full understanding what the violation is and what we're doing here today?
Yes.
So, are you intending to hold a hearing?
I'm not sure.
Well, again, you're accused of using a substance in violation of your probation conditions. So either you did or you didn't. So we can hold a hearing on whether you did, or you can tell me that you did. Those are your choices.
I understand that, Your Honor. The problem is it was in my system, but it was not there voluntarily of my own will. The other issue is that I understand that if I do try to fight it and plead not guilty, I will likely be placed in incarceration where that will cost me my unborn child, because they never want to give me insulin and they're saying it's too expensive. And I'm a type 1, not only that lethal to me, it is lethal to my unborn child.
Okay, meth would be lethal to your unborn child. Let's start with that.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what your version of this is going to be, but I feel there will be very limited circumstances where I would buy that you were not responsible for your own ingestion of this substance.
Not a question. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
What I'm saying is the problem you may be having is that you're asking Mr. Raleigh to present to the court a defense that he may have assessed is unlikely to be successful. But that's up to you. I'm just saying I've lived in this world for 45 years, and I would rarely buy a story that involves someone being involuntarily intoxicated by methamphetamine.
Yeah, this has not been a isolated incident. There have been many police reports, probably over 100 of them, where this have had similar instances. The problem is, Lansing Police Department likes to PRT me instead of dealing with the actual issue. It's gotten as bad as like they do that to me and then going to give the same people who I reported breaking and entering to my home, they give them my keys. I've tried getting PPOs. I've been denied doing so because I don't know where these people reside. They seek me out. So I can't have it served. I feel like I've done everything I can and nobody is believing me and nobody will do anything about it. I've caught them in the act of breaking into my home and police tried trying to break it with kidnapping because I locked them in the crawl space. Because the police kept saying I was paranoid and delusional and refused to look at my surveillance video.
So when you were sentenced, you were ordered to go to community mental health.
Correct.
Because there was concern about some of your beliefs on this issue. So the question is, the probation agent says you have not provided proof that you're doing that.
I've called even 4 times this morning and cannot get through.
Well, have you gone to the access where you can walk in and be assessed for treatment at any point?
Where is access?
Well, it's at the Community Mental Health Building. Let me see if I can find out more
I'm
information.
not aware of that resource, but I would be glad to use that resource
Okay.
available.
Well, I know they had changed the program when I used to do the mental health court, and they had changed the program to try and make it more accessible to everyone. And so they had made it so that people could walk into the access program.
Because I know I need like I've tried calling 4 times this morning.
Uh-huh. Have you gone to crisis services?
Yeah, they say that they can't help me because I'm not like suicidal.
Yeah.
And I'm not homicidal or suicidal, so I get turned away.
I'm gonna give you the phone number for access.
Okay.
And hopefully you can call them and see if you can get access to services. And I'm gonna adjourn this hearing because I want to hear how this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited to use this resource actually. I will be calling them as soon as I leave this courtroom.
We'll just move it a week to the 25th so that you can come back and tell me how it went trying to get into the access to get services.
Okay, thank you.
9:30. And continued. You have access to a phone today?
Yes.
You put that with your notice, please?
Yep.
All right. See you next week.
Yeah.
Or are you ready with
I'm ready with Ms. Castillo.
Castillo? Do we need a probation agent?
No, we don't.
Ms. Castillo, come on up. The record in state of Michigan versus Christasia Castilla. 2201358 FY.
Andrea McCray appearing on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Ms. Castillo, who is present and to my left.
And you are Christasia Castilla.
That's correct.
Ms. Castillo, as per usual, I'll give you a reminder. When you entered your plea in this case, it was to an offense punishable by up to 365 days in jail. So if you're found to have violated probation, you face up to 365 days with credit for any time that you've already served. You have the right to have an attorney, and Mr. Rowley is representing you. You have the right to have a hearing where it must be proven by a preponderance of the evidence that you violated the terms of your probation. The alleged violation that we are dealing with today is the technical violation tested positive for amphetamine and methamphetamine at Adams South on March 2nd. Mr. Riley, how are we going to proceed?
Your Honor, my client will plead guilty to the violation.
Ms. Castillo, you understand that if you proceed with pleading guilty, you'll give up your right to have a hearing on whether you violated?
Yes.
And you also understand that you may have a recommendation from probation as to how you might be sentenced in this case. That's just a recommendation, and the sentence is what I decide. You understand that as well?
I understand.
And you wish to proceed with pleading guilty?
That's correct.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Ms. Castillo, it's true, I sentenced you to probation, looks like November of 22, is that right?
That's correct.
And as a condition of your probation, you're not to use any controlled substances without a prescription, you remember that?
I do.
And is it true that you tested positive for amphetamine and methamphetamine on March 2nd, 22?
Yes.
And that's a violation of your probation?
Yes.
Did anyone make any promises or threats to you in order to get you to plead guilty here today?
No, I did not.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free choice?
Yes, Your Honor.
Find your guilty plea to be knowingly, voluntarily, accurately made with sufficient facts on the record upon which to base your plea. It's therefore accepted. Ms. McCray, do the people wish to be heard on sentence today?
No, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Rowley?
Sir, and I want to note that after our court date last week, Ms. Castillo did reach out to CMH. She had to speak in their intake process. I think there's some holdup with her insurance getting figured, but she's working on it, and I think she's committed to working with them. And I think she acknowledges that she needs some more help than she's been getting so far. And I think she is going to achieve that, and I'm hopeful that her situation will improve, Your Honor.
So Ms. Castillo, you made the connection,
Yes.
and how did that go?
Good. I did on like intake on the phone. They're waiting for me to bring in my ID and insurance card, but I'm waiting for my insurance card to come in the mail so I can present that to them.
Okay, how long do you think that's gonna take?
They didn't say. Unfortunately, like the Medicaid card has a number on the back, so I did it online.
Okay,
So I'm just waiting for it to come in the mail, then I can bring most to them as soon as possible. Once I get it, I get it.
okay. It is the sentence of the court that you have 5 days in jail suspended upon engaging in services at CMH within 30 days. So that means you don't go to jail today. As long as you do what you need to do with CMH, I won't give you that 5 days. But if you fail to follow through, the 5 days are waiting for you. And if you violate your probation any other way, I still have the rest of the jail time. You understand?
I understand.
If you'd like to appeal my sentence and you need court-appointed counsel to assist you in doing so, you need to make your application within 14 days. Okay, so I really want you to follow through with CMH.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about that?
Not about that, but I have a question. If I could get a list of the community service, corporate community service. I know we mentioned before that I could do that in place some of the fines and costs.
Okay.
Just being pregnant, I know like heavy lifting and cleaning almost aren't an option, so I'm trying to look for a place I can do that.
Mr. Warren, so you have a community service list over there?
Yes, I do.
You're good. Make sure you follow up with your probation agent as directed.